Hello everybody and everybody else. My name is ScrypKat and this is ScrypKat Says. On this channel we take a look at First Amendment auditors, sovereign citizens, cop watchers, cop baiters, and Karens from a slightly different angle. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I read every comment I receive and appreciate every one of them. You all have given me many great ideas. Keep your eye on the channel. You might see one of your suggestions come to life. Today we're going to look at the problem of bitterness. Just what is bitterness? It can be defined as anger and resentment at being treated unfairly. In most cases, this bitterness is justified. I, for example, was fired from a job a long time ago because a doctor got mad at me. That was unfair. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today I'm talking about people whose entire life is eaten up by bitterness. Everything is unfair, everybody is against them, the system is rigged, everyone is working to make their life miserable. We're going to talk about the people who actually cause their own ostracism from others, then complain about it.
No one will admit to being negative or bitter, yet we have many examples of such people living among us. Living, working, or being in the same spaces with a bitter person is hard and unpleasant. A bitter person usually holds an immense amount of anger, resentment, and sometimes sadness, and they spread this negativity to everyone around them, making you feel negative and upset about your own circumstances. That said, someone having an outburst at work or throwing an unpleasant comment at you doesn't automatically mean that they're bitter. I know this sounds confusing. So who then is a bitter person? 1. They don't let go. The first, and one of the most obvious signs that someone is bitter, is they never let go of the past. Typically, people will disagree and even get mad at each other. However, they'll soon forgive and forget, and things go back to normal. But that is not the case with bitter people because they hold on to every wrong you do to them. They never forget, even if you do. Slowly, they become obsessed with their grudges and can't hide their feelings whenever they are around people who wronged them in the past. They may cut you off, speak ill about you behind your back, or be hostile towards you whenever you meet. 2. They are jealous of others. If something great like a promotion, launching a business, getting married, and so on happened to you, you'd probably want to share it with those close to you. However, rather than be happy for you and congratulate you, a bitter person will be jealous. That's because bitter people are often unsatisfied with their own lives, so it's hard for them to stomach that life is actually working out for you. 3. They like to gossip about other people's wrongs. Most bitter people derive joy out of other people's misery. They like to see you make a mistake, fail, or generally be unhappy. So it is not uncommon to see them eager to tell you about what so-and-so did wrong. They can be real gossipers, spreading whatever they hear about people, whether it's at work or in social circles. It doesn't matter to them whether the information they spread is accurate or the impact it may have on the other person they speak about. 4. They don't like being around happy people. One thing you will notice about a bitter person is just how uncomfortably cheerful people make them. A bitter person just can't stand being around a joyful person. But why? Being in a positive space with positive people pushes them to see their own negativity. And there's nothing bitter people avoid as much as coming to terms with their own detrimental behavior. So you will notice that such a person exhibits antisocial behavior and will often turn down opportunities to socialize and have fun for no valid reason. They'd rather spend their evenings after work depressed at what life has dealt them than go out for beers with colleagues. 5. They feel that life is unfair to them and they deserve more. Bitter people are often cynical and never see the good in life. For the most part, they view life as unfair to them and have a way of seeing things that should be good as bad. For example, if it's at work, they might view themselves as better candidates for the promotion than whoever got it and will even mull over it. If a friend has a romantic other and seems happy, they may feel like they are the ones that should have the happier life. In short, bitter people are never satisfied with their own achievements. Instead, they focus on what others have that they don't and feel bad not having the same. Now, it's normal and even okay to feel like you deserve something, but rather than sit and feel bitter about it, you should ask yourself, what can I do to have what I desire? If it is a promotion you want, you can concentrate on being better in your work and trying to impress you. 6. They think that everyone is out to get them. Yes, bitter people actually think that the whole world is against them. So even if you wrong them without intending to, they will see it as a plan to hurt them. This feeling usually stems from a general distrust in people. A bitter person doesn't see people as genuine or on their side, so they build a wall around them, shutting everyone else out. That's part of why bitterness mostly goes in hand with antisocial behavior. Even if you have their back, a bitter person will never see your effort or genuineness. 7. They are always judging. Bitter people tend to always be judgmental. Their conversations are often centered around people and what they're not doing right. In some cases, they will even refer to the people they are talking about with ugly names because of the resentment they feel about them. This judgmental mentality is usually because they feel hurt, unfairly treated, or damaged, so they are quick to judge anyone who hurts them harshly. But as the habit festers, a bitter person can start to talk ill of people who haven't hurt them. As the bitterness grows, they begin to speak negatively about everyone they meet. 8. They generalize things. I just can't stand men and their egos. People from that ethnicity cannot be trusted. These are just a couple of examples of a bitter person's mindset. If you hurt them, they will retaliate against you and other individuals with characteristics similar to yours. For example, if you break their heart romantically, they can start to despise your entire gender. That's because bitter people like to make generalizations. They will generalize an entire race, ethnic group, nation, or gender because of an experience with just one person. So they will already have an opinion about someone before they know that person. 9. They lack gratefulness. Bitter people generally feel cheated by fate or the universe, and even when something incredible happens to them, they won't be thankful for it. For them, it's always about the glass half empty. So if they get a raise at work, for example, they will still be like, with everything I do for this company, I deserve a much bigger raise than this. So don't expect a bitter person to be grateful for their friends, family, job, or any other good things going on for them. The disappointment or resentment they hold will always be much bigger for them to see anything good. 10. They blame others for their problems. Blame shifting is another key characteristic of a bitter person. They will always look for someone else to blame for their circumstances and will rarely, if ever, accept responsibility, or at least their role in it. If their child doesn't turn out as expected, they will say it is so-and-so who ruined their kid. If they don't hit a target at work, they will blame other team members. To a bitter person, they are the victim in their unfortunate circumstances. They may go as far as blaming their outbursts and negative treatment of others on any other person apart from themselves. In a physical altercation, for instance, they will say things like, "I wouldn't have slapped her if she didn't push me to it." In many cases, a person who shifts the blame on others does so to save face so that other people don't see their actual role. Now that you know how to spot a bitter person, how can you handle them? Avoid sharing your private information with them because they will likely turn around and gossip about you. Make it clear that you're not the go-to person for their numerous complaints. Show your disagreement with their point of view, firmly but politely. Stand up to them and don't be afraid to be cheerful around them. If they are important to you, sit down with them to talk about their behavior. Have a bitter person in your life? Suspect that you may be bitter? Bitterness isn't a quality you want to possess or have around you. So work on yourself if you have most of these telltale signs. If you've enjoyed watching...
One thing this video doesn't mention is that drug and alcohol abuse, which may be used by the individual, certainly doesn't help the situation. Many people self-medicate with licit or illicit substances. One example of a person who is severely bitter is Jeremiah Payne, aka Auditors of America, Last Days of Freedom.
I was asleep.
You was asleep?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I've been watching my phone.
You what?
I wasn't asleep. I was watching my phone.
I wasn't.
She's been watching her tablet. I have a doctor's appointment.
You have a doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
Well, they came to the door and tried to get you. They said y'all was asleep.
No, they just talked to us.
Yeah, Dr. Mullins just came out here.
Step up, big.
I was.
Why am I stepping out?
I wasn't too sure why the officer wanted Jeremiah to step out of the car until I realized that the 911 call the police received was for people asleep or passed out in a car. The officers may be thinking there are drugs in the car. Either way, Jeremiah is not going to go quietly.
Talk to him over there.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Sorry.
No, you good.
But
Because we got a call that said y'all was passed out.
Okay? I was asleep. I laid back. I was
sitting here watching my
sitting back
phone.
asleep.
I
Yeah,
have a
I
doctor's appointment at
was.
3:15, and Skylar was
What
playing
time?
at 3:15. I called when I got here. Because they
Okay.
told me to put it right here. I've been sitting with bronchitis for like a month and a half.
You know what time it is, right?
Yeah, I've been sitting here waiting. I called when I got here at 3:15.
Oh, you got here, okay.
Yes, sir. I called it when I got here at 3:15. Told them I was on the side door. Because that's where they tell you to come if you're sick. So you don't come in the front, anybody else sick. So they
Yeah.
always say to come. So I told them I was back here. They said they would send somebody
I was
out.
watching my
So
television.
Dr. Mullins just came out a second ago
Yeah.
and asked me if I was okay. And I said, yeah. I mean, I didn't hear him. He tapped on my window as soon as he did. I said, yes. I was watching my phone, and she was watching her tablet. Me and her been sitting here playing. He was asleep. He's been asleep. I wasn't. I was watching my phone.
I was the
waiting
one
for him to come out.
asleep.
I was watching my
Yeah,
phone.
because somebody thought I was asleep too.
That's a lie, man.
No.
That's a straight up lie. I was the one asleep. Them two was awake.
I want you to burn your daughter. I didn't want you to burn your daughter. You got a little close to her.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, but I was the one that dozed off, not
No, sir.
her and the daughter
I
was
do the same
awake.
thing if I would have thought two adults were asleep and a kid was playing. No, she was sitting here between
God,
us.
it's too cold. Get
Me
back
and her
away
were
from the
talking.
window.
She's been watching Caillou, I think, on a tablet.
Yeah.
And I was just watching a TV show. Just waiting. Honestly.
You don't have a doctor's
I
appointment.
just figured they're backed up.
You have your license on you?
Because I've seen Lacey come to the,
You got the DSW.
his nurse come to the door. With, not for me, but for a couple of times with other
out of the
people.
car?
I did.
Why ain't he out of the car?
Maryland v. Wilson allows the police to order passengers of a motor vehicle to exit said vehicle for investigative reasons. This will not sit well with Mr. Payne.
Why am I stepping out of the car?
Does he ask you to step out so he can
Oh, I
speak
thought
to
you
you?
said me.
Am I being detained?
Hang on. Here, come here, Bugs.
You
Here,
are
get out of
asking
his
for
lap.
his license, right?
I did ask for his
What's your
license.
name, man?
I'm not giving it, man. I have not.
Get him out.
Step at the car, sir. Step at the car.
Me?
Why are y'all pulling me out of the car?
Step at the car.
Because you won't identify Jeremiah. How many times have you been through this and you still haven't learned?
Why are you putting your hands on me? Why are you putting your hands on
Name
me?
or information. We don't know if you have active warrants or you killed somebody down the street.
I have not committed no crime for you to get my information. This is America. I have a Fourth Amendment right.
The Fourth Amendment states, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects, against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. This prevents the government from invading your home or place of business and ransacking the place without a warrant." The key word is unreasonable. In this instance, the police have the right to search Jeremiah because he is not cooperating during a suspicious situation investigation.
You can record. Just keep your hands on the car.
I'm just turning the phone where you see.
Just keep your hands up there, right?
I'm not gonna do
I didn't say you were, but don't be turned around reaching.
I wasn't reaching. I was turning the phone around. He's searching me, yo. Illegally searching me.
Up here, okay? That's
I'm
all
not
we're asking.
reaching nowhere. I'm
Okay,
just,
well, don't be putting your hand back toward him, okay?
man, y'all are acting fucking ridiculous, man.
What's your name?
I'm not giving it. I have not committed no crime.
Okay.
We're in Greenbrier, Tennessee, y'all. That's my.
Do what? Just making sure.
What's in here?
Nothing. It's a receipt.
Jesus. Do you understand why we got called, bro?
Because I was asleep.
Okay, I mean, look, think about it. Think about it. What's the biggest problem right now going on?
I'm being illegally searched, and y'all are gonna fucking be sued. Y'all, man, y'all don't know who I am.
Well, we try to ask you, you won't tell us.
I mean, come to the door, but
Y'all are gonna find out by tomorrow when this video goes multi-fucking viral.
What's the pill?
That's my medicine. Why is it busted open? I don't know. But they need to buy it.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been super simple to say,
What's
here's
that?
my license or here's my
It's not
name.
Lyrica.
Is,
I have a prescription for it.
yeah.
Where's your prescription?
No, you're good.
Sam, do you have my bottle?
In the state of Tennessee, where this is taking place, it is illegal to carry Schedule 5 medications in anything but the container that was issued by the pharmacy. Lyrica is a Schedule 5 medication and therefore a controlled substance. If he does not have the medication bottle with him, it is possible he could be charged with possession of a controlled substance.
What are you asking for, sir?
His bottle for his prescription for Lyrica.
Do you have the Lyrica bottle?
Yes.
I get them from here. I mean, so
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could do it, couple hours in here.
y'all can call Walgreens.
Well, we
I
can't
guess.
ask him
Go-
because
sit
we
your
don't
phone
know
down.
what his
Just
name
sit
is.
down.
He
Hand
give
money
us
back.
his name.
Can I hand the phone to my wife?
Hey, bro,
I was going to
calm
hand
down.
it to
Just
her.
keep your hands behind your back. You got a knife up there. I didn't know you was reaching for the phone. I'm sorry.
Can you hand the phone to my wife? Sam, record this shit.
It's still recording, and we have it recording right there as well.
I don't care. I want my phone recorded.
Well, it's still
Your
recording,
phone's right
sir.
there.
Sam, pull your phone out and record this now.
His phone records the sky for most of the rest of the video, and some conversation is heard in the background. However, this is the incident which prompts this next video.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremiah, Auditors of America. I'm here at the Greenbrier City Hall. Family right there in the car. We are turning in the paperwork from my attorney. I'm delivering this for my attorney, Ben Dean, to get all body cam footage, dash cam footage, radio traffic, everything from December 22nd when I was jerked out of the car and illegally searched. So here we go. Good, and you? I'm turning in an open records request from my attorney.
Okay. I believe we were driver's license. Hey, Miss Jenny. We need a driver's license.
What is?
I'm gonna need a copy of your driver's license.
So they're taking the IDs from everybody who does an open records request, which is another violation of Tennessee state law. You can file open records request anonymously.
According to Tennessee Annotated Code 10-7-503, quote, any citizen of Tennessee can request public records and a state of purpose is not required. The Tennessee Open Records Act does not restrict the use of records and allows 7 days to respond to record requests. Close quotes. The request for identification is twofold: to confirm that you are a citizen of the state of Tennessee and to provide an address where you could be contacted. I'm sure all the contact information was listed on the request form.
There you go. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. So there you go, guys. It's documented that it was turned in, and they have 7 days to respond. If they don't respond within 7 days, then they're fucked.
Poor Jeremiah, he's been waiting quite a long time for a lawsuit to pay off. The lawsuit he threatened against Russellville, Kentucky did not pan out. Last we heard, Jeremiah was living in his car. I'm hoping for his wife and daughter's sake that they have found proper housing. You can hear the bitterness in his voice. Jeremiah blames everyone but himself for the chaos in his life. Unfortunately, that chaos envelops his family as well and always has. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Join me next week when we'll be looking into the mindset of cults. Remember, ScrypKat says, when given a choice, choose to be kind. Bye for now.